Hi again, YouTubers. So this is my MJ update. He is now a year old today when I'm taping this video, and I don't know where the time went. Everybody says it, you know, like it goes so fast, and pay attention and you'll be shocked. And where did it go? Holy goodness, I have no idea. It's just crazy. It went by so fast. So with this video, this is going to be the last video I do of this, unless there is something that just I buy that is absolutely amazing and I love and I think you guys need to know about. But this is going to be my last video like this. And what I'm going to end with is a few things. I'm going to tell you some things that he's gotten for his birthday. We had one party already last weekend, and we have another party coming up this weekend coming up. It is Wednesday. His birthday is today. And so we did it middle of the road. We did one party here last weekend, and we have another party coming up in Massachusetts with Marty's side of the family because some of them can't travel. So we just decided to do two parties, which has worked out well so far for different things that we've done. So that being said, MJ has gotten a ton of stuff. And some of the cool things that we got now is there's like this big thing that folds down and snaps down, and it has like a ball pit in it and it has tunnels and stuff, and he loves that. He got one of those cars. It's like, it looks like a little car that and it has a handle, and you can push him in it, or you can put the handle on the other side and pull it, and he loves it. It has a little steering wheel and a horn, and he just thinks he's hilarious in it. We also got him it's called a water table from Baby. We didn't, someone gave it to him, a water table, and it's awesome. And we actually have two of them that were given as gifts, and one is staying here and one is going to the Cape with us because it's that awesome and he loves it. And then we also bought him an inflatable pool to put out on the deck, and he just really loves playing in that, and it's a ton of fun. Couple updates before I get to the labor and delivery story is we are completely off bottles. I think we were the last time too. Completely on to whole milk and completely done with pacifiers. So that's it. We're done with those things. So now it's just normal stuff. He mostly eats people food. This kid loves to eat. He will eat anything you put in front of him pretty much. He loves food. And he just is the happiest little boy. Like, he's just happy all the time. Like, even when he's teething, like, he fusses for a minute, but he's happy. He sleeps amazing, and he's happy, and he's just a joy every day. And I love it. So that being said, my labor and delivery story, I was originally due May 25th, and then they moved it to June 11th. He's in there rolling around a little bit. I just put him down for a nap, so he's fussing a little bit, but he's rolling around trying to get comfy. Somewhere between that, May 25th was Marty's birthday, and June 11th was just June 11th. But I kind of wanted him to have a date other than May 25th because I felt like he is already Martin Joseph the 4th, which is where MJ comes from. And with that, I was like, he's already sharing a name. I'd like him to have his own birthday. Not that I could have controlled it. May 25th came and went. We had moved into the house and we're getting things done and just doing whatever on a daily basis. Went to bed thinking just like any other night. I was not uncomfortable at all at the end of my pregnancy. I have always slept on my side, so that wasn't a problem for me. I slept no problems throughout the entire pregnancy. I didn't have any issues there. So I was going to bed at like 10 o'clock at night and waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning as normal. Went to bed that night, 10 o'clock, went to sleep, woke up about, I think it started around 1 in the morning, started feeling something, got up, went to the bathroom, laid back down, fell right back asleep. Same thing again, a little while after I noticed it again. I kept getting up and just kind of feeling these weird pains, but they weren't anything that I was like uncomfortable with. It was just kind of I don't know. It felt like a slight cramp. It wasn't anything bad. So around 6 in the morning, I finally got up and I was like, let me call the doctor and just ask him. So I called, and well, the one on duty was the he. I had 3 women in my practice and 1 man, and he was the one on duty at the time. So I called him, and he said, "You don't sound like you're uncomfortable. You sound fine." He said, "Go back to bed." And he's like, "If you're still uncomfortable, call me again." So went back to bed, slept for about another hour and a half, got up at 7:30, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to take a shower and whatever. Marty was still sleeping. So I got up, I took a shower, did my hair, did my makeup, got dressed, and was like, kind of started paying attention to them and started like using some app on my phone that was like tracking them. It was like some contraction tracker or something. So I started paying attention. They weren't super close together and I wasn't uncomfortable. So I waited until about 9 o'clock, called the doctor again, said, seemed to be getting a little bit closer. And he said, well, he said, come into the hospital and just get checked. He said, you don't sound like this is, you need to be checked in or anything. He said, you sound, not just calm, but he said, you don't sound like, I wasn't explaining the pain as being anything worse than a slight cramp. So, but they were closer together. So, I guess it was around 10:30, we finally left the house. And at that point, they were starting to get to that point where every once in a while one would be like, I'd be like, and like, okay, that's not comfortable, like really, really uncomfortable, but not like, oh my God, I'm dying in pain. Just kind of like that sharp, like kind of quick. So we left around 10:30. We got to the hospital around 11. We walked up to the desk and signed in. And they said, okay, we'll get to you in a little bit. And so I guess it was about 11:15, 11:30. We went over to another area. I guess it was triage. And they talked to me and they said, yeah, we can just tell by the way you are. They're like, you're not ready to be checked in, but we still will check you and this, that, and the other. And they were like, you seem fine. It's not a problem. So that being said, we went and sat back down, waited for a couple minutes, and then a nurse came and took me back to check my vitals. And Marty was just waiting out front. So they took me back, checked my vitals, and checked kind of like what's the word? Effaced, I think is the word I was. And so she was like, how you feeling? I was like, I'm fine. I was like, every once in a while I get a sharp pain, but it kind of goes away, and this, that, and the other. Just kind of have to stop and breathe for a second. And I think I was like 7 centimeters. Is that right? Centimeters? I was 7. And so she was like, yeah, we need to take you in. You're having this baby. So at that point, it was like 12:15 probably. So they got me back, got me in a room. By then it was like 1 o'clock. Doctor came in, and it was one of the female doctors that was on duty during the day. She came in, started talking to me, checked me, and she was like, yeah, she's like, we're going to have this baby. She's like, he's going to be coming. And they asked if I wanted an epidural, and I said, yes, I definitely did. Just personal choice, guys, whatever you guys choose, don't please judge me, and I wouldn't judge you. It's a personal choice, and I decided to get one. They came in, they gave me a numbing needle, and then they put the epidural in. I didn't feel any pain or have any issues. At this point, the contractions before they gave me the epidural were kind of making me like sit up for a minute, and I'd have to breathe through it. But again, it was uncomfortable, but I was not like screaming in pain or, these things you see in the movies. I was just kind of uncomfortable. My water has not yet broken. So they gave me the epidural, and I definitely started feeling that. They came back. At this point, it was about 1 o'clock. They came back at like 1:30 to see how it was doing, and I still had what they considered to be too much feeling in one of my legs. So they had to change the dosage or something like that. And after they did that, I really couldn't feel a lot and couldn't feel the contractions kind of from your waist down. I couldn't feel much of anything, and they were checking me, and they were like, we're going to come back in like a little bit, and we're going to see how you're doing. So that was about 2 o'clock. They came back at 3 o'clock and checked me, and they said, okay. They said, you're doing okay. How you feeling? I was fine. They could see the contractions, but nothing was crazy. My water hadn't broken yet. So I think it was around 3:45, my water broke, and the nurse went and got the doctor, and she came in. She said, okay. She said, let's see how this goes. They weren't even concerned that because we had talked about whether I needed to have my water broken or not, and they didn't feel as if I needed to do that, and it broke on its own. So when the doctor came in, she said, do you want to try pushing? And I said, sure, why not? And it was 3:45, and so I pushed so what was that? 3:45 he was born at 4:35 p.m. So it was quick. It was really quick. And honestly, it would have been quicker because the funny part was I was pulling myself up. Marty was the only one there with me, and he was holding my one leg, and the nurse was holding my other. And it's funny because I was pulling myself up as I was pushing. And I finally said to him, I was like, okay, this just isn't working. I was like, do me a favor. I said to Marty, I said, come around behind me and just push my back up. And the first time he did that, had the baby. So 4:35, had him, and he was awesome and great and wonderful. And I had a small tear, but nothing crazy. Honestly, it was very, very easy. I hear horror stories out there and I hear easy stories out there, and mine, I was very blessed. It was very, very easy for me, and we were just ecstatic. He was beautiful and perfect for us and loved every moment of it. And so the only things I will mention is when we were in the hospital, he did have to stay, and I did as well, for 2 additional days because he was jaundiced. And what that means is his skin was still a little bit yellow. He didn't have enough, I think it was iron in him, so we had to give him supplements. But it was so we went home on Friday. And normally we would have gone home, I guess, on Thursday? I don't know. Wednesday? I don't even know how long they keep you. We went home on Friday night, like 10:45 at night. So we got home, everything went well, and we have loved every moment of it, like every single moment the whole time. He's been amazing. So what I will do at the end of this video is I will put some pictures of him throughout the year from the beginning to now. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for enjoying these videos I did once a month throughout the first year, and for always asking about him. And thank you for just enjoying my story and listening to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.